because I don't want to be here. I'm forced to be here to fight these charges.
All right, thank you. You're here because the jury convicted you of brutally killing your wife.
Interrupting me while I'm talking. I don't interrupt you, so why do you keep interrupting me? I know you're the judge. But
Okay, hear me out. I've heard enough of this narcissistic. You're a narcissist, and I'm not going to put this family
you're a
again.
narcissist because you're talking and you're going all...
Shut your microphone off, and if you keep talking, I'm going to do it without you. You'll be in there. I've heard enough from you. You killed your wife. A jury of 12 convicted you.
A white jury that did not have any black jurors on there, and that's not law. That is a setup. So you want to send me out there, I'll go out there, but you know what the law is, and you haven't followed it. And neither has you, and neither has...
All right.
Everybody sat here...
Hear me out. Shut up.
I'm not going to shut up.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
I want to apologize to these children. And I'm so sorry for some reason your mother ever ran into this guy.
Now, picture this. You're so afraid of your husband that you put on a bullet-resistant vest just to drive your children to school. He's following her, someone says. Her mother asks, why the vest? Because he's going to kill me. You don't understand, she replies. 24 hours later, she's gone, killed in front of the very children she was trying to protect. This is Fatal Family Network. Like, comment, and subscribe. Every case touches family. She had bought that vest 2 days earlier and posted a photo of herself wearing it. Friends said her post read like a desperate plea. She warned loved ones that if anything happened to her, she wouldn't rest until the truth came out. This is the story of Keaira Hudson, a 30-year-old mother who followed every instruction the system gave and still lost her life. Her family vowed not to stop until there was accountability. They point to warning signs everywhere, including a video on social media that appeared to show Keaira being assaulted. Police aren't doing anything, courts aren't doing anything, relatives said. October 5, 2022 began like countless mornings for Keaira. She woke up at her mother's home in Cheektowaga, New York, where she'd been staying because she feared what might happen. She put on that vest, something no parent should have to do, buckled her 3 children into the SUV, and started the school drop-off. What unfolded next ignited a national conversation about domestic violence, bail policy, and a justice system that too often fails the people it's meant to protect. At about 8:30 a.m., driving along Richland Avenue near her mother's house, a vehicle rammed her SUV head-on. Her estranged husband, 45-year-old Adam Benefield, stepped out carrying a long gun. A school bus rolled up beside them. Children watched from the windows. Adam fired at Keaira at close range while her 3 children, ages 9, 4, and 5 months, were strapped in their seats just inches away. Later, the 9-year-old testified through tears that she saw her stepfather get out with a long gun and shoot her mother. Witnesses heard the children crying. One said, "Daddy did it." This was preventable. The red flags were abundant. The warnings were recorded. The pleas for help were documented. And still, the system did not protect her. Who was Keaira Hudson? A young woman determined to break cycles and be the mother she wished she'd had. Her post showed someone who had endured loss. She had already buried a child she called her big boy. She was raising 3 others and had welcomed a baby in April 2022. Her online presence revealed a complicated family history, a woman who felt she'd had to raise herself and was committed to doing better for her kids. On January 21, 2022, she shared a message about mothers standing by their adult children and added her own promise. She was ending generational patterns, so her kids would be provided for, even after she was gone. She was also searching for love, posting hopeful notes about wanting a partner who would pray with her, put her first, and have pure intentions. In March 2021, she marked herself engaged to Adam. By August 2021, they were married. Benefield did not have a clean slate. His record spanned 22 years and read like a roadmap to tragedy. In March 2000, at age 22, he used a shotgun to kidnap his pregnant ex-girlfriend and another woman on the Kensington Expressway, forcing them into his vehicle and leading police on a high-speed chase. One victim was so terrified she leapt from the moving car, severely injured but choosing that risk over staying with him. While awaiting trial, he escaped from the Erie County Correctional Facility, climbing a 15-foot razor-wire-topped wall. He was on the run for 19 hours before officers found him at a friend's place, where he had cut his wrists and threatened to blow up the building, claiming he couldn't get the help he needed. He served 15 years, was released in 2015, and off parole by 2017, free to marry Keaira in 2021.
They knew that I got problems and they just don't want to help. They ignore all my requests. They start ignoring me at the jail. And when I dropped requests, they wouldn't bring me down to the psychiatrist.
Did Keaira know his full history? If she did, why marry him? If she didn't, how did a man with that background obscure it? Her posts suggest early cracks. In late February, she shared wedding images and wrote about feeling special and loved, calling the wedding the best day of her life and thanking Adam for a dream ceremony. Reading that now, you see a woman suspended between hope and harsh reality, a vision of marriage colliding with what it was becoming. Her family opposed the relationship and tried to warn her. They saw the danger signs she downplayed. Like many trapped in abusive dynamics, Keaira believed she could manage it, that love could change him. She was wrong. By early 2022, the facade slipped. Her posts grew defensive. In March, she wrote that she needed to cut ties with her mother, classic isolation, a tactic abusers use to separate victims from their support networks. Days later, she said she barely spoke to any family. Weeks before, she had posted that she had the best man in the world. Another note complained about sending money to people who wouldn't do the same for her. It paints a picture someone being pushed away from allies and overpraising her partner online, the kind of overcompensation often seen in abuse. Through 2022, the violence escalated. Court records show multiple incidents, but the one that finally got documented happened on September 28, 2022. Adam came home enraged to their Barbara Place address. What followed was captured on video, footage Keaira posted the next day. Without getting graphic, the video showed a prolonged assault, punches, a takedown, continued blows while she tried to shield herself. At one point, she went still. She later said she played dead to survive. The next day, Keaira did something extraordinarily brave. She posted the 7-minute video with a caption essentially saying, "This is what he does to me. Yet I'm treated like I'm the problem." Later that day, she added another post. "Don't underestimate me. I'm a Hudson. I know when to act weak. It saved my life. I was smart enough to get out of there alive." When officers first responded, Adam had locked himself in the bathroom. They got him out and transported him for medical and psychological evaluation. A warrant was filed, but initially the charge was only harassment. Why? Because Keaira didn't share the full story right away. She didn't mention the video. Like many victims, she minimized what happened. Not until October 2nd did she show police the footage. Only then did the scope become clear. This wasn't a simple domestic dispute. It was a sustained, violent attack, captured end-to-end. On October 3rd, detectives met Keaira, reviewed the evidence, and upgraded the charges to assault, criminal mischief, menacing, unlawful imprisonment, and harassment. Adam turned himself in on October 4. And here's where the system broke. Despite the video, despite his violent history, despite a prior kidnapping case and a prison escape, the counts were classified as misdemeanors. Under New York's bail framework at the time, the judge James Spire released him on his own recognizance. A domestic violence advocate working with Keaira was in court, pressed the DA on the risk he posed, and ensured an order of protection was issued. She did everything she could within the rules in front of her, but the rules were flawed. After Adam walked free, the advocate immediately notified Keaira and worked on a safety plan. They discussed safe housing. Keaira chose to stay at her mother's home, an address Adam knew. That choice in a broken system put her in danger. On October 4, the same day he was released, Keaira posted what became her final plea for help, saying in essence that law enforcement wouldn't act until there was a body, that she had called and begged for assistance without success. She knew the danger. She knew he might kill her. That night, she posted the photo in the vest with the message that would haunt everyone. If this wasn't a cry for help, what was? When her mother asked about the vest, Keaira's answer was chillingly direct. The next morning she strapped on that vest and buckled the kids in, the 5-month-old in back, the 4-year-old in the middle, the 9-year-old in front. As they drove Richland Avenue, Adam lay in wait. He had tracked her movements and planned the ambush. He slammed into her SUV head-on. The impact so hard parts of his tires tore off. A school bus pulled alongside, children stared out the windows. He stepped out with the shotgun. The vest couldn't protect her from what he did at the driver's side window. He fired, and the children screamed. Witness James Riggins rushed over. He saw an injury on Keaira's forehead area, and noticed the vest, the same one from her post. Another witness, April Chapman, heard the crash and the shots, and then the children crying. She heard one say, "Daddy did it." Adam fled, speeding the wrong way on Route 33, and nearly hitting other children in his escape. Officer Hernandez Otero gave chase, but lost sight of him in traffic. The kids were pulled from the SUV, but the damage was irreversible. A 9-year-old who would later testify in court about watching her stepfather kill her mother, and 2 little ones who will grow up without her. Adam was on the run for over a week. Buffalo police offered a $7,500 reward and warned he was armed and extremely dangerous. On October 13th, officers caught him near St. Luke's Hospital riding a pink bicycle. As if none of it had happened, he was charged with 2nd-degree murder, 3 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, and aggravated criminal contempt for violating the protection order. No bail this time. But it was already too late for Keaira. At trial in 2024, the testimony was devastating. Keaira's daughter, then 12, told the court what she saw. Witnesses described the crash, the shots, and the sobbing children. The jury found Adam Benefield guilty. The judge sentenced him to 25 years to life. Even then, he showed no remorse.
I mean, why I'm talking? I don't interrupt you, so why do you keep interrupting me? I know you're the judge. But
Okay, hear me out. I've heard enough of this narcissistic. You're a narcissist, and I'm not going to put this family
Sounds like you're a
again.
narcissist because you're talking and you're going all...
Shut his microphone off, and if you keep talking, I'm going to do it without you. You'll be in there. I've heard enough from you.
2 years after the murder, Keaira's family sued the town of Cheektowaga and its police department, arguing that officials failed to charge appropriately and keep him in custody, giving him the opportunity to kill her the next day. Their right to demand answers. Let's be clear about what happened. Keaira did everything she was told to do. She left the abuser. She called police. She provided video evidence. She secured a restraining order. She worked with advocates and made a safety plan. She even wore body armor to drive her kids. And she still died, because the system failed at every level. Police initially filed a minor charge after a brutal beating. Prosecutors couldn't push felonies without meeting specific injury thresholds. The judge couldn't set bail under the law as written. A man with a long violent history walked out, and within a day Keaira was gone. People are frustrated, and they should be. It's infuriating to put safeguards in place, recognize a clear and present danger, and still watch a court have no option but to release someone back into the community. But frustration can't be the end. Policy has to change. For years, New York didn't allow judges to consider community dangerousness in bail decisions. Domestic violence cases must be treated with the gravity they deserve, and judges need the discretion to detain high-risk defendants regardless of charge labels. Keaira left 3 children who will grow up without her. She left a family shattered by a death that could have been prevented. She left a community demanding change. Her sister wrote a tribute that captured Keaira perfectly. The glue of the siblings, the one everyone could turn to. She expressed faith that justice would ultimately be done. But we did fail Keaira, through policies, processes, and priorities. Until we admit that and fix it, more women will die, more children will carry trauma, and more families will be broken. Keaira tried to end generational harm. She tried to be the mother she never had. She tried to build something better. Instead, she became another name in America's domestic violence crisis. The least we can do is make sure her death drives reform, the kind that could have saved her. Rest in power, Keaira Hudson. Your voice won't be silenced, your story won't be forgotten, and your children will know you fought for them and deserved far better. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic abuse, seek help, document everything, and lean on trusted people and local resources. Early intervention saves lives. I'll see you in the next episode on Fatal Family Network.